Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Neve and I'd love to give you all a very warm welcome. So as today's video title suggests, it is my March and April reading wrap up and my May TBR. First I want to apologise because I might cringe in this video just because my parents are outside doing some odd jobs or something and it's a bit awkward filming where they're in hearing distance. But as promised, it is time to do my wrap up of what I have read in March and April. So to combine how many books I read between the 2 months, I've read 8 books altogether between March and April, so yeah, not too bad. Only really started reading more in March of this year, didn't read anything in January or February. Before I get into the books I read and my ranking and my individual reviews for them, I just want to go over my ranking, if that is the right word. So if I say something is 4 out of 5 stars, that is still really high in regards to how I liked it and everything, but that's just for me personally. If it was 5 out of 5, that must have been an outstanding book and I really enjoyed it. But yes, I just wanted to give that little preface. Also, you might hear my parents in the background talking to each other or doing their odd jobs. Also, Una might come running in, but she might not because there's so much happening outside. There's so much fun for her to be involved in. So, the first book that I read in March was the 3rd book in the ACOTAR series, A Court of Wings and Ruin, and this is by Sarah J. Maas. This was a chunky book and there was times where I thought, am I going to be able to finish this, because it was so long, and also the writing is quite tiny, so it's not the biggest writing either, so I was like just sitting there going, oh my gosh, this is going to be a long one. But do you know what, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Talking about the devil, here she is. Hello. You say hello? Here she is. You knew. You knew what was happening. For Court of Wings and Ruin, I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. If you guys know, I have fallen in love with this series. Literally, such a good series. And I really loved how it carried on with the story. The twists and the turns and everything, it was so good, so good. I don't want to give any spoilers away because I could just speak about this. Rhysand and Farewell, still my OTP of this series. But I also feel like it was really nice to get sort of a background of some of the other characters in the book as well. Also getting introduced to some new characters. I just cannot wait to read the next one of this series. Like, this series is just one of my favourite. So Tess just walking past. So I know my sister has the very first book of the ACOTAR series and I keep telling her to read it because it's so good and I just want to have someone to talk about it with. But yes, Bridie, read it please so we can discuss, and then you can borrow my books and carry on the series and get to know how good it is. The next book in March was Bridgerton, The Duke and I. This is the first book in the Bridgerton series. This series is by Julia Quinn. Going into this book, all I had in my mind was the Netflix series. When reading this book, I was like, damn, it is quite different from the Netflix series. Again, no spoilers. It's just some of the characters are different, some of the situations and scenarios are different, so yeah. But again, that is quite likely to happen when books get adapted for TV. They sort of dramatise it up and everything, so that was expected a little bit, but I didn't expect it to be that much. I gave The Duke and I 4 out of 5 stars because I really did enjoy it. I want to say that I liked the book and the TV series equally in regards to the story and the characters, because I feel like they told different stories but not, if that makes sense. But yeah, that's what I'd have to give. If you're like me, when you read, you have like a picture in your head of like how the characters look and everything. I did carry on with the image of the Netflix characters. But yes, also I'm really excited for Bridgerton season 3 to come out on Netflix. Who else is with me on there? I will continue this series, and I'm in the process of getting the next book. Now we sort of branch in between March and April reads. So I think I have 2 books that I started in March but finished in April, and then the rest are April reads. So the next book that I read is a new one. I've not read anything from this author before or had anything about this book, but it is The Three Dahlias. This is more of a murder mystery, a genre that I have not really encountered or read before. So this is by Katie Watson. Again, I've never read anything by her before, but yeah. One thing I want to say is this cover. I know I probably mentioned it in my previous book video, but it is stunning with the dahlias there. So basically he follows 3 actresses and they try to solve a mystery of a murder, basically, without spoiling anything. So I gave 3 Dahlias 3 out of 5 stars. It was good, but it was sort of in the middle average. Good story, but yeah, I really don't know how to explain it. But yeah, that's just how it is at the moment. So the next book, which was started in March and finished in April, it was the second book of the Dreamland Billionaire series, Terms and Conditions. This is by Lauren Asher. If you know that I really love her books and this series so far. Like, I loved the first one and I really enjoyed the second one as well. This one follows the eldest brother Declan and his counterpart Iris and their story of the will that the granddad left for him. You didn't really hear much about the first brother Rowan, but you hear about the other brother and I can't remember his name. I'll put it on the screen somewhere. I gave Terms and Conditions 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it and I really loved this story. It was quite a cute one actually. Again, definitely like a movie type story, if that makes sense, where you sort of read it and you can see it being a movie. Now we're heading on to the books that were read in April, and the next book that I read was Finale. This is by Stephanie Garber and this is the 3rd and final book in the Caraval series. I'm just gonna say, guys, this was not my favourite book out of the series. It was good, but it just wasn't my favourite. So again, this follows Donatella and Scarlett and how they carry on with their journey within Caraval and Legend and everything, especially with their mum's story and everything, and then they try and fix all the mistakes that happened in the previous 2 books. I'm so sorry if that was a spoiler. So I gave Finale 3 out of 5 stars. It was a good book, but it just wasn't my favourite. It was just a bit like, There were times where I did struggle with it because it was quite a slow paced book. But again, it was a good book. And if I was to rate the whole Caraval series, I'd say about 4 out of 5 stars because it was a good series. I just feel like this book was a bit more slower pace. But yeah. Then we have a new book and a new author that I had not read before, and that is by Jasmine Guillory. I hope I'm not butchering that, but yes, this was a new author, a new book for me. This book was so cute, so cute little story. It wasn't too intense, it was just nicely in the middle. So I gave By the Book 4 out of 5 stars. I really love the character of Isabel and how her character is written in the book, like loving books. Bo, the male counterpart, is definitely a grumpy sunshine person. Comes across quite intimidating but quite a softie at heart, but this book was just a really cute one and I recommend. Next I read King of Wrath by Anna Huang. So this is the first book in the King of Sins, I believe, series. So King of Wrath follows Dante Russo, he being off old money, and then Vivian Lau of being new money and new to socialite. living. It did remind me slightly of the Twisted series, but only to an extent, because it didn't follow the same sort of patterns, if that makes sense. So I gave King of Wrath 4 out of 5 stars. It was really good. I enjoyed it. There are some parts I was a bit like, ooh, that feeling quickly sort of drifted when it got to different parts as well. I also really liked some of the background characters or the secondary characters, her friends, his friends. I was like, I can see the pattern of twisted love happening here, or like the Twisted series. I really enjoyed. We have finally made it to the end of the reading wrap up. So the last book that I read in April, I feel like it was one that was a long time coming, and that is Happy Place by Emily Henry. So I gave Happy Place 5 out of 5 stars. Oh my goodness, this book was the cutest thing ever. I really enjoyed it, and like, these characters were so cute. Happy Place follows Harriet and Wynne. They are exes, but they come together on a friend's holiday unexpectedly, and yeah, all the twists and turns that I encountered there. This story was just a cute rom-com to read, and it was just so well paced, so well written. The characters are beyond and above. But yes, I really enjoy it, and definitely recommend this book. My mum is now on the phone, so I apologise. So now we're gonna head into my May TBR. So for my TBR this time round, I have picked 4 books, and if I get through them I'll just add another one on, but I feel like 4 is quite realistic for me at the moment. The first book in my TBR is The King of Pride. This is the second book in the King of Sin series by Anna Huang. So this one follows Kai Young and Isabel Valencia. So I just had to remember her surname then. But so far I'm really enjoying it. Still quite near the beginning, but so far I'm really enjoying it, and I really like these 2 characters. I'll just quickly go over the blurb. So we've got reserved, controlled and proper to fault. Kai Young has neither the time nor inclination for chaos, and Isabella, with her purple hair and inappropriate jokes, is chaos personified. With a crucial CEO vote looming and a media empire at stake, the billionaire heir can't afford the distraction she brings. Isabella is everything he shouldn't want, but with every look and every touch, he's tempted to break all his rules and claim her as his own. Bold, impulsive and full of life, Isabella Valencia has never met a party she doesn't like, or a man she couldn't charm, except for Kai Young. It shouldn't matter, he's not her type. The man translates classics into Latin for fun, and his membership at the exclusive club where she bartends means he's strictly off limits. But she can't deny that beneath his cool exterior is a man who could make her melt with just a touch. No matter how hard they try, they can't resist giving in to their forbidden desires, even if it costs them everything. So yes, so far I'm really enjoying. Next book in my TBR has been sitting on my bookshelf for the longest time ever, and that is Shatter Me. So this is by Tihera Muffy. Hopefully I'm not butchering that. My cousin actually recommended this series to me, and I cannot wait to read it. I will be going in very blind because I haven't really read or watched anything more about this, but a fragile teenage girl is held captive, locked in a cell by the establishment, a harsh dictatorship in charge of a crumbling world. But Juliet is no ordinary teenager. One touch from her can kill. The re-establishment wants to use her as a weapon, but Juliet has other plans. After a lifetime without freedom, she's finally discovered the strength to fight back and to find a future with one person she thought she'd lost forever. So I'm actually quite excited to get into this series. It's very dystopian. Looking forward. The next book is the next book in the Akatar series, and that is A Court of Frost and Starlight. Again, Sarah J Maas. This is like a little novella, I want to say, or like a little book of the series. Not really read much on this book or heard much of this book, so I'll be going in very blind and open-minded again. On the darkest night the stars still shine. Farah's first winter solstice as High Lady is drawing near. With it will come a hard-earned rest from the work she and Rhysand and their friends have done to rebuild the Night Court. and the vastly changed world beyond. Yet the festive atmosphere can't keep shadows from looming. Even as her own heart heals, she finds that those dearest to her have wounds that go deeper than she knew, and the scars of the past will touch her court in times to come. I feel like this is going to be a really good read to sort of get more of a background of the night court and like the people part of that night court, and possibly her sisters and of some of their other friends. Yeah, cannot wait to read. And then last but not least, we have Heartless by Elsie Silver. So this is the second book. I can't quite remember the series name, but I'll leave it on the screen somewhere. I read the first one, I really enjoyed it. I feel like it follows the brother, but I can't be too sure. I'm going in like not really knowing much about this book. I really love the places of these books. Working as a nanny for the world's grumpiest single dad should have been simple, except I can't keep my eyes off him and he can't keep his hands off me. Cade Eden is 13 years older than me and barely looks my way until I get him in the hot tub for a game of truth and dare. Then all bets are off, and so are our clothes. He's gruff, a little rough around the edges, but it turns out broad-shouldered ranchers with filthy mouths are this city girl's kryptonite. So who am I to resist? And when he softens in our quiet moments together, I start to realise his hardened exterior is just a facade. Can someone once convince him that his best wasn't good enough? Yet I've never felt more cherished than I do in his arms. My contract may say this arrangement is only for 2 months, but my heart says this is forever. It is given off cowboy movies 24, the Canadian side of films. But yes, it's like look at that's just a cute illustration. So cute. Looking forward to getting into this one as well. So there we have it, my reading wrap up on my May TBR complete. If you guys enjoyed today's video, don't forget to subscribe and like. Again, free will, it's up to you, but it would be greatly appreciated. But yes, if you guys have any suggestions or recommendations for videos or books, don't forget to leave them down below. I'll see you guys next time in the next video. Bye.